Здравейте, аз съм Саша Елена и днес ще говорим с Дая. Тя е онлайн. Ще представим групата Дъха на живота, която ще се проведе в София на 24, 25 и 26 април. Това е интензив по метода Квантов светлинен дъх и Дая ще го води. Сега тя ще ни разкаже малко повече за метода. Hi, Daya.
Hi, Sasha.
Hi. So you're coming to Bulgaria end of April. You're going to facilitate a group called Breath of Life, which is Quantum Light Breath Intensive.
Okay, yes.
So can you tell us why do you facilitate this work? Why do you like it? How does it make you feel, and why do you believe in it?
I discovered this quantum light breath after many years of meditation and many years of therapy. And when I discovered it, I experienced much more clarity and much more understanding. And I felt much more alive, more so than I'd ever felt before in my life. And so it wanted me to investigate that even further. And I decided that that was something that I wanted to pursue, which I did. I've done many, many sessions, and I know because of how I felt and how now many, many people have felt after experiencing this breath work, that they just feel more alive. And so for me, it's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to share this work. I don't really do anything. I can just invite people to relax and to let go into the breath and have their own unique experience. Every session is completely different, and I can never really tell or say what's going to happen because it depends on everybody's own history and perspective, and also their conditioning, of course, from their life. But what I do know is that the energy that it takes for us to keep down feelings of hurt or pain or anger or sadness takes a lot of energy. And with this breath work, it releases those sensations and feelings so that the energy that you feel is much stronger and much more alive. And I enjoy my life much more than, and I have good energy most of the time compared to how it was before. That I don't get down, my negativity is not as much. I really enjoy being alive.
So, what did you mean by saying it wanted you to explore more? Because yeah.
I remember my very first breath session, and I remember feeling after the breathing, because it's a specific kind of breathing. It's a circular breath, and it's breathed down deep in the lungs, and the oxygen that you take in is felt as a sensation in the body, as for most people a kind of tingling sensation. And this feeling, which is a good feeling, stayed with me for a very long time. And also how I felt emotionally. I felt much more open, I felt much more loving, I felt much more excited about my life. And so I felt that I should, or I thought that I should find out what actually was going on. And I was very lucky to come in contact with the person who developed this breath work. He had been an old friend of mine from many years previously, and out of his experience of being a hypnotherapist, and he discovered this witnessing breath, I think is the best way to describe it. So it is a meditation where you just watch what happens, what comes up, what thoughts, what feelings, what sensations come up, and you don't have to explore them. You just need to keep breathing in order that they can be released, and they will be released. It happens. You don't always know what the story is, what the content of each session is about, and it doesn't really matter. It's more about releasing what's been called the cellular memory. So the energetic of experiences that we've had throughout our life stay with us, for the most part, stay with us, and they stay with us in our energy. And this causes a depression of the amount of energy that actually is available to us for our life. So that when we can release that, we actually feel more alive. So it was this feeling of euphoria in a way. It was good feeling, very good feeling, that I wanted to feel more and more of. So I decided to use this, and for myself, and with as many people as I've come across, I try to introduce it, and it's always been very, very well received.
And if you compare it to other breath work, because you are experienced with other breath techniques also, how would it be different?
Most other breath work and the most common one that people know about is rebirthing. And in rebirthing and similar kinds of breath work, you're actually invited to experience the experience, so that if you have a memory or a sensation that comes up, there's always a story attached to it. There's the circumstances and the people involved and the feelings that were being felt, and you actually are invited to re-experience that. And what's different about the quantum light breath is that you're invited not to experience the experience, but rather just to allow the energy of the experience to be released. And this is done through this particular breath, which, as I said before, is deep from the lungs, and it just works like that. I don't know how else, it's too magical. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what I can say about it. There's also music, and this music helps you breathe and stay with the intensity of the breath. And the possible part of the facilitator is to help people sustain this breath through those perhaps difficult moments, and really they only last a very short time. And then that energy is released, and the reward is the feeling of the good energy. So that's really what happens. And time again, even for me, if I do a breath work session, I always feel much more alive at the other side of it, without even knowing what happened. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's just more about feeling this alive feeling.